Hey everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I am happy to have you. In today's video, we are going to be, I'll recap my budget for the last 2 weeks real quick, and then we're going to be preparing my budget for the next 2 weeks. So if you are interested in that, I hope you will stay tuned. All right, you guys, so we're going to be recapping the last 2 weeks and preparing my budget for the next 2 weeks. And I have my goals here that I wanted to just go over. I kind of went over them quickly in one of my previous videos, but I wanted, since this is a budget with me video, I wanted to just kind of go through the goals that I'm working towards this year as far as my budget is concerned. But before we get started, let me just recap the last budget cycle. For those of you who are new here, I budget per paycheck. I budget only my income, and I get paid every other Friday, so I budget bi-weekly. And I only budget my income, so there may be things that you don't see in my budget, either because they don't come out of my income or because they're not due in the next 2 weeks. Because like I said, I budget per paycheck. I get paid every other week, and so my budget doesn't extend out more than that the next 2 weeks. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I did work everything out on my iPad off to the side here, but let's just take a look at my monthly spread here. And let me get a highlighter marker. We are working with this payday, January 10th. Let me get comfy in my chair. We're working with this payday, January 10th, so I'm just going to put a little line out here. Oh, that's kind of light. Let me get a little bit a darker color. Let's do gray. Green and gray, which is now probably not going to look right. Oh, you guys, that looks terrible. Okay. You guys, we are not starting off very well. All right, I'm going to just put white out, even though you guys all know that I don't like white out in my planners. But anyways, let's go down here and we'll do gray down here. And this is going to be, I'm just going to make a note that this is going to be my 110 paycheck. So I get paid here on January 10th, and with this payday, I'm going to be paying my internet bill, my phone insurance, which is me, Auto Club, I'm still trying to figure that out, but we're going to pay internet, my phone insurance, and Verizon. Auto Club, it doesn't, I mean, I should include it in my budget because it is a bill that needs to be paid, but it's kind of a wash because I have a sinking fund for it. So I would just put it in income. The money that would come out of my sinking funds, I would put it as income and then put it outgoing in the bills section. So it kind of cancels each other out. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're still trying to figure out what we owe as far as coverage for my husband, myself, and my kids. So yeah, we're not going to include that, but we're going to include internet, phone insurance, and Verizon. So let me start with my budget here. My payday is going to be $110.25. And you guys, I don't like writing the number 5. I don't know what it is about that number, but I hate writing it, and now I have to write it all year. Anyways, so my budget cycle is going to go from 110 all the way through January 23rd, which is right before my next payday. So it's going to go through 123. Okay, my income is me, and I came in at 1701. We're also going to have a rollover. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Rollover of 159. And then this and that. And this is just the income that I get from YouTube and or Etsy. This is where I keep track of my giving on top of that income. So this and that is going to be 62. Okay, sorry, I completely forgot that we were going to go over my budget. Okay, so my last week's budget, my income is always actual. My bills are always actual because they're only for the next 2 weeks, so I already know what my bills are going to be. The only part of my budget that really fluctuates is the expenses, my biweekly expenses, which are my groceries, my fuel, my food fund, miscellaneous, and my water jugs here. So I budgeted a total of $490 and spent $331. So $490 minus $331 is $159, which is what we're going to use here in rollover. So whatever is left over from my bi-weekly expenses, I use that for the next 2 weeks to play my games and savings challenges. Okay, so that's where this rollover of $159 is coming from. It's the difference here. Okay, so let's flip back to my goals. I want to do the goals now. Where'd it go? My goals sheet. Okay, so my goals this year is to increase my emergency fund to $2,000. Right now, I just did a randomizer, so my emergency fund currently sits at $1,630. So 2,000 minus 1,630. So I have $370 more to go until this goal is met. I also would like to increase my medical sinking fund to $1,500, which is my deductible. And after doing my randomizer, my medical sinking fund currently sits at $1,115. So $1,500 minus $1,015. So I'm $385 away from meeting this goal. And then I am also getting Invisalign this year, and I'm taking the money out of savings, and so my goal is to pay myself back all of that money this year. So it's gonna be a little tight on my budget because my plan, okay, oh, so I forgot to tell you my plan, because I think it's important when you set a goal to have a plan on how you're going to meet that goal. So to increase my emergency fund to $2,000, when I originally made this goal, my balance was $1,548, so I needed to add $452 in order to meet my goal. And in order to do that, I was going to add $15 per paycheck, which is a total of $390, and then also my mini Mondays of at least $62, which I always have a emergency. One of my minis in my mini Mondays is always designated for emergency, so this won't be a problem, because that would mean I would have to finish $62 worth of mini Mondays in a year, which is like easy peasy. So that was my plan for my emergency. Similar to that is my plan for increasing my medical. So again, $15 per paycheck, and then mini Mondays for a total of at least $110, which again is fairly doable. For my Invisalign, I had planned to take $100 from each check, which is $2,600. I'm also playing a year of savings from Save with Judy, and that's a $300 total. So I'm going to use that, as well as Jungle Mashup with Save with Sydney Bear, and then also a year of minis for my sister Candy. Those are her mini Monday savings or minis. They're mini saving challenges, and she has a set for every month of the year, and each one is $30, so that'll total $360. So that'll total $3,560, and then plus every month when I do a randomizer with my games and savings challenges, I would need at least $390 from those randomizers, and that would be at least $33 per month, because $390 divided by 12 is $32.50. So in my randomizer, as long as $33 per month is going to my Invisalign, I should be able to meet the goal. All that to say, I have an extra 15 plus 15 plus 100. So I have an extra $130 that I have to budget for that I didn't budget for last year. But that is how I have set up my goals, and I think once I meet my emergency and my medical sinking fund goals, then any extra I can also put to Invisalign or put back in my budget to other things. We'll just have to see when I meet those goals and kind of go over the next steps when that happens. So okay, so in the meantime, all that to say is my my numbers in my budget are going to be a little tighter because of this extra 130 that I'm budgeting for each paycheck. Okay. Oh, that was a lot, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. I don't need this anymore. Actually, let me put this here. So my budget, you guys, we are going to, I am still getting used to budgeting with this big spread, because normally I had just the one-page spread and I was able to keep it to the side. So let me see. Okay, I think you guys can still see. I'm going to move this up because we're only looking at these 2 weeks, which you guys can still see, right? Okay, so my total income here is 1701 plus 159 plus 62. So total income is 1,922. And then the bills we're paying are my internet at 130 right here. And then we're also going to include my phone insurance for me. And that is $4. And then we're also going to include Verizon, which is our cell phone. Our cell phones. And that's $195. So my total bills are $329. Okay, so I'm going to move that up. So if I take $329 away from $1,922, I have $1,593, right? Oops, 1,922 minus $329 equals $1,593. Okay, going over to our weekly expenses, we do $300 for groceries. We do $40 for fuel, $80 for food fun, $60 for miscellaneous, and $15 for our drinking water. For the house, it is not a water bill. For our running water, that is a bill as opposed to as an expense. Okay, so this total is $495. So if we subtract that from $1,593, we are left with $1,098. Okay, in my savings challenges, this is where it's going to be a little bit different. Previously, I was budgeting out $100 for Mini Mondays and Faith Fridays and my vacation binder and my games. We're going to reduce that, you guys. We are going to do $80 for Mini Mondays and $80 for Faith Fridays. So since I budget bi-weekly, I budget for 2 weeks, that means my Mini Mondays are going to be brought down to $40 each week, as well as my Faith Fridays. So we probably won't be completing challenges as quickly, but we'll see how it goes. I think I am still going to leave my spicy 5s in there, so we'll be playing with 31s and 2 5s. I think that might help things go a little bit faster. But it's gonna be $80 now. I'm still gonna do $100 for my vacation binder because I think that's what I need to stay on target. We've already paid for our portion of the Airbnb that we're renting, and we should be ordering our airfare soon. So once we get our tickets paid for, I'll have a little bit better idea of where I stand with my budget as far as what we'll need for like a rental car and just food and, you know, whatever fun things we want to do while we're there. But we have the Airbnb down, and then once we have our airfare down, I think it'll be a little bit easier to budget, and I might be able to adjust that number a little bit. But we're going to keep it at $100 per check right now. For my games this go around, I'm going to budget out $60 from my check. And then I'm also going to bring in this, I'm going to do games right here and with rollover money. So this rollover money of $159 is going to be used right here for games and savings challenges. So $159 plus 60 is $219. So again, since it's 2 weeks, we have 2 games, 2 game days. So $219 divided by 2. So we'll be playing with about $110 for the next 2 weeks, or the next 2 game days. So that's what I think is going to work there. So that total, 80 plus 80 plus 100 plus 60 plus 159 equals $479. So if I take 1098 minus 479, I am left with $619. And that is what we will have to disperse throughout our sinking funds. Okay. So in our sinking funds, we have my priority section, my annual bills, my revolving things that kind of come and go more frequently than come and go out of long-term. My long-term sinking funds are where my emergency fund is, and my Invisalign and my medical. So these two, this section right here is normally funded through my Mini Mondays, but I'm also going to budget out my $15 per paycheck for emergency, my $15 per paycheck for my medical, and my $100 per paycheck for Invisalign. So I'm budgeting from my paycheck, and I'm also I also have sinking funds or categories in my Mini Mondays for those funds. Okay, my giving is going to be $232. It's going to be a percentage of my income plus my YouTube and Etsy of $62, so it's going to be $232. My next holiday is going to get $20. Graduation, my oldest son is graduating from college in May, so I'm putting money aside for that in case we take him out to dinner. Since it's May, we might do a big barbecue here. I'm not really sure, but I want to put some money aside for that. Each of my kids is going to get $10 this time. My lovely dentist is going to get $20, and my month ahead is going to get its usual $40. And that may change as well, because right now all of the categories that I had in my month ahead are fully funded, except for my groceries, which it's not technically a bill that I need to plan for in my month ahead, but you know, if something happens, I'm a month ahead on everything. I may as well be a month ahead on feeding my family. So all of that totals $352. Okay, my annual expenses, Auto Club is going to get $10. Canva is going to get $5. Costco is going to get $7. Dog Tags is going to get $10. Escrow is going to get $15. And again, that's in case there's a shortage for paying out my homeowner's insurance or property taxes. I explained in one of my other videos that we are not having our mortgage servicer deduct that amount from, or withdraw that amount from our bank account anymore. We don't have an escrow account with our mortgage company anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. We're saving that on our own, but I still want to save this extra money in case there's a shortage in my bank account for the escrow. I'm calling it escrow even though it's not technically escrow because mortgage isn't taking it out, so it's not in an true escrow account, but it is in my bank account, and I have named my bank account escrow. So Anyways, that's in case we come up short for property taxes or homeowners insurance. All right, P.O. Box is going to get 7. Prime is fully funded. Tahoe Tags is going to get 5. Taxes is going to get 15, and that's for tax prep to pay our accountant to help us with our tax prep. And then Truck Tags is going to get 7. So this annual sinking fund section totals $81. All right, in our revolving, we are going to put $10 towards date night and $10 towards our gifts sinking fund, which is everything, any kind of gift besides Christmas. So birthdays, baby showers, even though nobody I know is pregnant. So anyways, right there, just gifts of any nature that is not Christmas. Okay, so this section totals 20. All right, so all together, then these 4 sections total 352 plus 81 plus 20 plus 130, $583. So we're gonna put aside $583 for sinking funds, and that's gonna be from 110 to 123. Okay, so we'll take that 583 and put it here under my sinking funds total. So if I take 619 minus 583, we are left with $36. And I'm just going to leave that in my checking account as a buffer. So yeah, I think that'll work. So for now, you guys, since we are working towards these goals, like I said, hopefully once these goals are met, this extra money can go back into my budget for my kids, or you know, whatever sinking fund may need it, or if I'm in a good rhythm as far as my income and my Invisalign paying myself back, which is the bulk of what's coming out of my budget right now that I'm not used to. If I get used to it, then maybe I'll add this to this and pay it off faster, or pay myself back faster. I'm just not sure. So for now, it's just going to be a little tight. And plus, for those of you who have been here for a while, the last half of my month is kind of heavy with bills. So in looking ahead a little bit, my next payday is the 24th. My Edison bill is due on the 24th, which is my electricity. And that's $83. Plus $10 for my daughter's phone insurance, so that's $93. And then going into February, we have Cricket, which is $10. So that's $103. I could pay gas in advance if I want to, because it does fall on my next payday, but I think we'll have more flexibility in my next budget, because I'm not as heavy on bills. So what I may do is just take out half of Verizon from the first paycheck, so it's not so big in the next paycheck. I don't know. I'm still trying to work things out, you guys, to figure out what is the best system for me. But we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I think that is a good working budget. I will go ahead and do my cash breakdown off camera, go to the bank, and then we'll do a cash stuffing. So that was a lot of chit-chatty today, you guys. But I wanted to kind of explain my goals and how they're affecting my budget, and affecting, you know, how much I have to play my games with and things like that. I have seen a lot of people doing their new binder setup for the new year, and honestly, I'm not changing up anything. It's just business as usual here, you guys. I have my long-term, I have my annual sinking funds, I have my revolving sinking funds, and then I have my priority sinking funds, and it's working. So I'm not going to change anything up. I was debating whether I wanted to just do my games and savings challenges every other week so that I have a good amount to play with, or if I want to keep doing them every week with a smaller amount. I'm not sure, because right now I do my vacation binder every other week. So I was thinking maybe I could alternate vacation binder with my games and savings challenges. I'm not sure, you guys. Let me know down below if you have any preference. I'm just, yeah, what I have here is working for me, so I'm not going to change it up any more than I already revamped my budget. But things may change. That's the part about budgeting that's so awesome, because we're in this community together. We're all working towards the same goal, which is saving money, paying off debt for some people. I'm lucky that I don't have any debt except for my mortgage. But, you know, hopefully it stays that way. But we're all working towards the same goal, but we all have different ways of doing it, and it's so awesome. We get ideas from different budgeters, or I do anyways. I see different people doing things different ways, and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. And, you know, we take things, you know, we take from here and from here and from here, and we piece it all together to something that works for us. So it's awesome. So I am excited about this budget that I have. I think it's gonna work. I'm hoping that I can stay on track with my goals, and they are by no means like lofty goals and saving thousands and thousands of dollars, but on my budget, it's what I can, it's all I can do, you guys. So anyways, big budget, small budget, as long as you are saving a little bit here and there, that's all that matters, right? So anyways, I have same old binders going into 2025, a little bit of a tighter budget, but I think we're still gonna have fun here, you guys. So anyways, I'm gonna stop chatting your ear off. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below. If you guys are interested in the budget worksheets, they are available in my Etsy shop. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys all next time. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Take care. Bye-bye.